Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Detri Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay what you want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. And check out their Micro Red category of games. They are ready to play tabletop RPGs with their settings and a streamlined version of the Red system, so perfect for pick up and play. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am going to start a new review series featuring a very interesting tabletop RPG. And this tabletop RPG is Neurodrive Origins, a true D6 standalone isekai fantasy TTRPG. So what exactly is this? This, of course, follows the tropes and staples of the isekai genre, or you could say subgenre, perhaps in anime, manga, video games, etc. You have characters experiencing all sorts of adventures in a fictional environment. In this case, they are trapped there. This is somewhat of a trope, but there's an interesting twist to things. Now, let's talk about the quality of the PDF. When you purchase this PDF, there is certainly a deluxe premium feel to it. It comes with pre-generated characters, and it comes with an entire soundtrack. Well, you have two tracks. You have the opening and ending, just like if it were an anime series. These songs are generic, but maybe that is the intent. That is, you can easily see the opening and the ending being used in an anime series. You are listening to the opening in the background, so that is great. If you want to start the session with that opening, just go for it. And I am, how you say, using it for the review. But as I understand it, if you're, for example, doing this as an actual play, you could start the actual play with the anime opening in the background and that's stop it. And when you are close to finishing the session, or if you wrap up the session, you could play the ending, and that will be great because as long as, of course, you credit the song as related to Neurodrive Origins or produced for this game, I don't think there will be any copyright problems. But yeah, in actual plays, reviews, and whatnot. Now let's talk about the PDF. Let's take a look at the cover first. Let's go back to the cover. Because the artwork, I think it is great, but I think it requires some polish, a bit of polish in some areas. For example, the blonde girl, she looks fading into the background, but like in a blurry way, not so much that she's far away, like she looks a bit blurry when compared to the others. In the case of the shield, the um the shield kind of gets a bit lost with the black pants of the ninja type of character. So I would recommend, like in general, the anime artwork is really good, but I would recommend that the artist, how you say, perfects perfects the use of lighting and shadows and contrasts. And the hand on the left also could use a bit of work. It looks a bit like plain, right? Like almost not awesome enough. And going to the other image, this image looks great, black and white. No complaints there. Like anime angel with many wings. Like yeah, it's good. But then we have this other one, and take a look at the left foot. Looks a bit crooked. Like it should be a bit more vertical, and the knees. Try to find out the knees of the legs. Almost looks like it's too low. Like the knee is over here, almost at the end of the upper piece of the clothes, like it looks too out of proportion, even by anime standards. But every other, like the rest of the art is really good. There are just some moments where you have those inconsistencies. Everything is well written, organized, and explained. I haven't spotted a typo so far. However, this document is 98 pages long, and you have no bookmarks and no hyperlinks, so it's not going to be easy to navigate this book. So overall, the quality, I would say, it is decent. Definitely get some points up because of the included soundtrack and the pre-generated characters, all of that. Now let's talk about the contents. Now I am going to be avoiding spoilers because I think there are some meta plot related things that it's up to the group on how they are going to handle things, and to the game master how these mysteries are going to be disclosed, right? Just a warning, and this book also comes with those warnings, like this um, plot line, the background of this game comes with a lot of issues related to violence, emotional violence, if there is such a thing, right? But that is, does not fall into the mistake of thinking that a tabletop RPG is going to hurt you physically. Tabletop RPGs are perfectly safe. But if you're going to suffer some sort of breakdown or meltdown or freak out because you encounter some issues related to mm, abusive behaviors, let's put it like that, invasive behaviors. Like I'm trying to make my way through the YouTube algorithm, but there are some really heavy things here, heavy themes, adult themes. So if you have issues with those things, first look for professional help to help you with your post-traumatic stress disorder. Look for professional help, definitely. And once you are free, you are able to take on these issues in a fictional environment, then play this game, definitely. Okay, in order to avoid spoilers, you have this brilliant scientist, Yuji Matsumoto, and he suffered a personal tragedy. And this made him come to the realization that there could be a lot of people that are trapped in comas. They are in that state. They can no longer experience life because they are dormant. And some of them, they suffer damage to their mind because they are no longer as active. They are constantly in that dream state. You know that in real life, and just in case this science fiction YouTube, there have been some people in comas that have suffered damage to their brains because of their state. So he came up with a brilliant idea. What if we were to create a virtual world, extremely realistic, extremely, it's because of the anime and manga vibe, extremely realistic, to the point that the person in the coma, they feel as if they are actually existing in a real world. So he created this fantasy virtual environment where a lot of people that are trapped in the comatose state, they can still exist and learn things. But of course, it would be too boring if that was about it. There are also some bad people existing within that virtual environment. And this could put Yuji Matsumoto's ethics and morality into question. He feels a bit like those characters, not exactly it, but if we were to make a far reach comparison, he feels a bit like the guy from Saw, not exactly, but you know, that he creates these games and people participate in those deadly games. But he's always, even though they are extreme, there is a certain fairness to things, right? You know, the typical, when he got angry with his apprentice, and he was like, "But your games were unwinnable." That is they couldn't win the game. So this virtual environment could be considered as real life because there are people of all kinds. And of course, you cannot have control over the morality and ethics of those that are in a coma. Just because they are in a coma, they are going to be doing whatever they want in the fantasy world. Of course, there are more mysteries related to this, and probably many more mysteries that you can add according to the needs of your campaign. But you have these people in a comatose state. They exist as avatars with their own hair color, their styles, their jewelry, all in the anime fashion or anime tropes or staples that you have become accustomed to. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to talk about attributes, tests, and hit points and death. So yes, very interesting concept. I would say a more original take when compared to your average isekai. There are certainly some influences from, for example, from Dot Hack, which I would say started it all in the case of this like video game fantasy isekai experience. Also some elements from Sword Art Online, but definitely a very original take when compared to the others. So thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master, and remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you and see you later.